When you wake up in the morning, your very first choice sets the tone for your entire day. And for those of us over 50, that first choice can determine whether we move through our day with strength, focus, and vitality, whether we feel sluggish, tired, and weighed down. That's why today, I want to dive right into something powerful, something practical, something you can try tomorrow morning. 3 breakfast foods that help you stay in shape and keep your energy alive all day long. Yes, you heard me right, just 3 simple, accessible breakfast options that can completely transform the way you feel, the way you age, and the way you carry yourself. If you've ever wondered why some mornings you feel unstoppable and other mornings you feel drained before noon, much of that comes down to what's on your plate. And the good news? You don't need fancy supplements. You don't need extreme diets. You don't need complicated recipes. What you need is the right kind of fuel, and today we're going to talk about exactly what that is. So, let's get straight into it because time and energy are too precious to waste. Now, before I reveal the first food, let's set the scene. When we're younger, we can often get away with skipping breakfast or grabbing whatever is quick pastries, toast with jam, or maybe even nothing at all. But once we pass 50, the rules of the body shift. Our metabolism slows down, our muscle mass naturally declines unless we actively protect it, and our hormones change in ways that make energy regulation more delicate. That means the wrong breakfast isn't just a missed opportunity, it can actually sabotage your health. Sugar spikes, inflammation, fatigue, and stubborn weight gain often trace back to the very first thing we eat in the morning. That's why making the right choice here is so crucial. So let's get into the first powerful breakfast food that supports your body after 50, oatmeal. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "Oh, I've heard that before," hear me out. Oatmeal is not just some bland, mushy bowl, it's a true powerhouse if you prepare it right. What makes oatmeal remarkable is its high content of soluble fiber, especially beta-glucan. This fiber doesn't just sit in your stomach. It acts like a sponge, slowing down digestion, controlling blood sugar, and feeding your gut bacteria, which in turn improve your immune system and inflammation response. For those of us trying to keep our waistline in check, that's golden. Oatmeal keeps you full for hours, which means you're not reaching for snacks at 10 a.m. But here's where I add my personal twist. The way you prepare it matters. Skip the instant packets loaded with sugar and flavors. Instead, go for steel-cut or old-fashioned oats. Cook them slowly, add some cinnamon for blood sugar balance, a handful of walnuts or almonds for healthy fats, and maybe a few blueberries for antioxidants. Suddenly, your oatmeal transforms from boring to brilliant. When I started preparing oats this way in my own routine, I noticed something incredible. My mid-morning cravings disappeared. My digestion improved, and I felt lighter throughout the day. It wasn't just theory, it was experience. And if you're watching this right now, I encourage you to give it a real try. Imagine starting your morning with something that not only satisfies your hunger, but actively protects your heart, your brain, and your energy. That's oatmeal done right. And if you're nodding along, don't forget hit that subscribe button. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, because breakfast is too important to keep secret. Now, let's talk about the second food, eggs. Yes, eggs, the humble, everyday ingredient sitting in your fridge right now. For years, eggs were demonized because of cholesterol fears, but science has shifted dramatically. We now know that for most people, dietary cholesterol has little impact on blood cholesterol levels, and the nutrients in eggs are nothing short of phenomenal. Eggs provide high-quality protein, which is essential for preserving muscle mass after 50. And let's be honest, muscle is not just about looking toned. It's about staying independent, reducing fall risks, and maintaining your metabolism. One egg contains about 6 grams of protein, along with vital nutrients like vitamin B12, choline for brain health, and lutein and zeaxanthine for eye health. These are nutrients we especially need as we age. But here's the deeper insight. Eggs are also one of the most satisfying foods you can eat. Have you ever noticed how a breakfast of eggs keeps you steady, compared to one of cereal that leaves you hungry an hour later? That's the satiety power of protein and healthy fats working together. Personally, I like to prepare my eggs scrambled with a handful of spinach or kale, besprinkle a little feta cheese, or sometimes I'll do a hard-boiled egg with avocado slices on whole grain toast. The balance of protein, fiber, and healthy fat is unbeatable. When I share this tip with friends, many of them report back with the same surprise. They stop needing that mid-morning snack. Their focus sharpens, and they feel more control over their appetite. That's real-life proof that eggs aren't just good, they're essential. And if you've been avoiding eggs out of outdated fear, I encourage you to reconsider. It's time to bring them back to the breakfast table, not as a guilty pleasure, but as a cornerstone of vitality. And now, let's move to the third breakfast food, one that might surprise you: Greek yogurt. This isn't your sugary, fruit-flavored yogurt that often sneaks in more sugar than a dessert. No, I'm talking about plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. What makes Greek yogurt stand out is its protein content nearly double that of regular yogurt, and its probiotics, the live bacteria that help your gut stay balanced. Why does this matter? Because after 50, digestion tends to slow down. And our gut microbiome, the community of bacteria inside us, plays a bigger role in weight, immunity, and even mood than most people realize. A healthy gut equals better nutrient absorption, lower inflammation, and stronger overall resilience. Now, here's my favorite way to enjoy Greek yogurt. I take plain Greek yogurt, add a drizzle of raw honey for just a touch of sweetness, toss in some chia seeds for extra fiber and omega-3s south, and top it with a handful of berries. It feels indulgent, almost like a dessert, yet it fuels my body with protein, probiotics, and antioxidants. On days I start with Greek yogurt, I feel steady and focused. And I've noticed it even helps curb my sweet tooth later in the day. That's the power of feeding your body real, nutrient-dense foods instead of empty calories. And I'll be honest, I've seen family members who used to rely on sugary cereals switch to Greek yogurt, and within weeks their energy shifted, their digestion improved, and they looked and felt younger. Sometimes it's these simple swaps that make the biggest difference. So let's step back and connect the dots. Oatmeal gives you fiber and long-lasting energy. Eggs give you protein and vital nutrients for muscle, brain, and eyes. Greek yogurt gives you protein and probiotics for gut health and balance. Together, these three foods create a breakfast trio that doesn't just fill your stomach, it fuels your life. And here's the bigger truth. When you consistently fuel your mornings with foods like these, you're not just eating breakfast. You're sending your body a daily message: I care about you. I want you to be strong, sharp, and energized. That daily message compounds, just like saving money in a bank account. Over weeks, months, and years, the results add up, and suddenly, you find yourself aging differently, more gracefully, more powerfully, more vibrantly. And let's be real, none of us want to spend our later years drained, sitting on the sidelines. We want to travel, laugh, play with grandkids, pursue passions, maybe even start new projects. To do all of that, you need energy, you need mobility, you need strength. And it all begins with small, consistent choices, like what you eat first thing in the morning. So I ask you, what will your breakfast look like tomorrow? Will it be a quick fix that drains you, or will it be a conscious choice that empowers you? Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what if I don't like oatmeal? What if I get bored of eggs? What if yogurt doesn't sit well with me? That's okay. You don't have to eat the same thing every single day. The beauty of these foods is that they are versatile. You can rotate, experiment, and adapt them to your taste. Add nuts, seeds, spices, herbs, and vegetables. Explore different textures and flavors. The key is the principle: fiber, protein, healthy fats, and probiotics. Once you understand the principle, you can personalize it. That's where the freedom comes in. I'll leave you with this. After 50, food is no longer just about taste. It's about strategy. It's about fueling your body for longevity, vitality, and joy. And breakfast is your daily chance to get it right. Don't underestimate its power. Don't skip it. Don't waste it. Choose foods that love you back. If you found today's message inspiring, do me a favor, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to hit subscribe, because I'll be bringing you more practical, life-changing tips like these. The journey to aging well is not about deprivation, it's about smart choices, and it can start with your very next breakfast. So tomorrow morning, when you sit down to eat, remember this conversation. Remember the three foods: oatmeal, eggs, and Greek yogurt. Simple, powerful, proven. They're not just breakfast, they're an investment in your best self. And you, my friend, deserve nothing less. Let's fuel our mornings. Let's energize our days. Let's keep our bodies strong, our minds sharp, and our spirits high.